What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Tuesday, January 1st. Happy New Year, everyone! These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's see who we have at the point guard position. I like Damian Lillard from the Portland Trailblazers playing the Sacramento Kings, who have the second best defense overall, and they give up the third most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Damian Lillard has scored 29, 54, and 33 fantasy points for the last 3 games, averaging 44.6 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 35 minutes per game with a 30% usage rate. Damian Lillard is $8,700 DraftKings salary, $500 more on FanDuel, projected at 43.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's right around 5 times value. Fantastic matchup for Damian Lillard, high pace game. I love Dame here versus the Sacramento Kings. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. And then you can see the top point production, who scored the most fantasy points in the last 3 games, minute monsters, see who played the most minutes in the last 3 games, in the recent performance, so you can see who's overperforming and maybe due to crash, and you can see who's underperforming and maybe due to smash. Okay, let's see who we have at the shooting guard position. I like TJ McConnell for the Philadelphia 76ers playing the LA Clippers, who have the 4th worst defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. TJ McConnell has scored 25, 23, and 24 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging near 16 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 20 minutes per game with a 14% usage rate. TJ McConnell is only $3,600 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, projected at 14.4 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 20 fantasy points, and that will give you over 5 times value. He's scored more than that his last 3 games. He's been playing really well. That price is low. Great matchup. I love TJ McConnell here versus the LA Clippers. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Ben Simmons for the Philadelphia 76ers playing the LA Clippers, who have the 4th worst defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Ben Simmons has scored 28, 56, and 40 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 43.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 33 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. If Joel Embiid is out tonight, I really like Ben Simmons here. I like him even if Joel is in, but if he's out, Ben Simmons is a lock for me. Last game was a blowout. Just throw that game out. Ben Simmons is capable of 40 to 50 fantasy point games. He's got a 77-point ceiling. Especially with Joel Embiid out, he's going to soak up all the usage, a lot more shots, a lot more rebounds. So keep an eye on that Joel Embiid injury news. Ben Simmons is $8,800 DraftKings salary. He's $1,000 more on FanDuel. So I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 42.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's right around 5 times value. He's got that 50-60 point upside. I love Ben Simmons here in a fantastic matchup versus the LA Clippers. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Maurice Harkless from the Portland Trailblazers playing the Sacramento Kings, who have the 2nd worst defense overall, and they give up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Maurice Harkless has scored 30 and 29 fantasy points in his last 2 games, averaging 15.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 21 minutes per game with a 12% usage rate. Maurice Harkless is only $3,700 DraftKings salary. He's $500 more on FanDuel. I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 15.5 fantasy points here tonight. He's only going to need about 18 fantasy points to get you 5 times value. He has that 30-point upside. We saw it the last 2 games. He was out with a minor injury last game. He's going to be back tonight. This is a risky play, but his salary is really low. There's a 231 implied point total in this game. Tons of points to go around. The other guy I think is interesting in a low price on the Portland Trailblazers is Evan Turner. So between Maurice Harkless and Evan Turner, one of those guys is going to go off. Both low salary guys, risky plays, but they have big upside for their low salary price. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets playing the New York Knicks, who are the 2nd worst defense overall, and they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing centers. Jokic has scored 53, 43, and 26 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 45.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. Nikola Jokic is $9,800 DraftKings salary, 100 more on FanDuel, projected at 43.6 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 48 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, fantastic matchup for Nikola Jokic. There is a blowout concern, but if it's not a blowout in this game and Nikola Jokic plays in the 4th quarter, you can expect low ownership and a huge point total from the Joker. I love Nikola Jokic here versus the New York Knicks. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.